everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel and the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel, which is where you are right now. This is the February 20th, 1982 edition of the All-Star Wrestling Series, which is the close of the series, at least for now, as we don't have further availability of episodes, at least to my knowledge, that I can find. Certainly not on Peacock. I'll continue to look for other sources. That means within the next day or so, we will be starting the Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling Series, which is awesome for me because I've never seen it all the way through. I think I've seen some 1982 and 83 editions of the program, but never anything consecutive and never anything as extensive as what's there. Maybe after that we'll go back and finish Monkey Mountain, or maybe after that we'll go to ECW or Jim Crockett Promotions, more of that, who knows. Anyway, lots of stuff still to come. Literally, my goal is to have 20, 30,000 of these entering into 2,000. Exciting, but want to 10x that at the very least. Anyway, we move to, this is the February 20th edition of the All-Star Wrestling Review series here, and obviously, as to be expected, I guess you'd say somewhat important show. A couple of new talents, Bob Orton Jr. debuting here, as is Blackjack Mulligan, and those are the main two debuts here. Tony Atlas and Charlie Fulton kick us off, though. Not exactly a match that you need to see, but it is what it is. Tony Atlas, of course, having been a pretty major star at the time, throughout the second time through the promotion. He's a pretty big guy for the next couple of years, and some roll-throughs into side headlocks, basic stuff. Atlas certainly getting more adept at the collegiate style of wrestling, as it were. And we see Fulton kind of sending him into the ropes, back elbows, basic stuff. Front face locks, and Atlas kind of hanging on pretty tightly, getting the bear hug win in a matter of a few minutes. Also a big splash in the corner there. Cowboy Bob Orton Jr., a.k.a. the father of Randy Orton, is up next in his debut in the territory. At least I believe debut in the territory. I have not seen him at any other point. So him here in 1982, pretty big deal. Bob Orton Jr. against Steve King is your next in the foray of matches here. Bob Orton Jr. goes without saying, a phenomenal wrestler. Punch kick, basic stuff. Grand Wizard is seconding Bob Orton Jr. there. Hard shots to Steve King. King does take the fall at the hands of his adversary, and a kind of tombstone-ish piledriver power slam kind of combination, and the win for Bob Orton Jr. there. We move to the next in the series of events here, which happens to be, and is not limited to, the Blackjack, let's see, Ivan Putski and Jose Estrada. Blackjack Mulligan in the match following that, though. Ivan Putski and Estrada, not exactly a super match. Estrada taking over with more punch kick style. Putski trying to use his power wherever he can. Send back, send off, and basic maneuvers there, and ultimately hard shots along the way. Estrada, raking the eyes, and Putski, post-match promo after the Polish Hammer, basically says that he is supporting Poland's freedom. I do not know what was going on politically with Poland in 1982. I was, at this point, less than a year old, so wouldn't have reason to know, and I don't remember studying it as major history at the time. Then we move to another in the series of matches here. Classy Freddie Blassie bringing back Blackjack Mulligan. Mulligan had been tag team champion in the 70s, but coming back here in 1982. Mulligan facing off against Victor Messino. Very short to the point match, not to be unexpected here. Messino trying to get a full Nelson, trying to get some semblance of wrestling together, but Mulligan 6'8" and managing to overpower his adversary, Freddie Blassie, on the outside. Very happy with everything he does, including backbreakers and forearms and other power-based maneuvers, including a back running elbow. Tag team match up next as we see the tag team champions against Mac Rivera and Barry Hart. Fuji and Saito still your tag team champions. Saito with a takedown early, getting everything he wants. Floats over from the takedown into a front face lock. Saito taking the majority of the match. Also a gut wrench or side suplex by Saito and getting some ride time. Fuji spending a minimal amount of time in the ring here in 1981, does manage to come in and hit a couple of strikes along the way, or 82 rather. The majority of the match belonging to Saito. Saito continuing to be in control of the tempo of the contest, as it were, and some body slams along the way. Win for Fuji and Saito, and basically, Captain Lou Albano post-match says there are no challenges, and Saito says that he and Fuji are better because they are not American. Then we move to Freddie Blassie presenting Jesse Ventura. Ventura against Pete Mitchell. Basic match, nothing to write home about here. Power moves, body slams, some hard shots to the midsection and forearms. Ventura getting some ride time with an inverted overhead suplex, and then the backbreaker for the victory. Here we will move forward away from this series. We've got some Superstars of Wrestling. We've got Impact Wrestling tonight, and the start of the Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling Series all on the horizon. We'll be back with more right after this.